I'm down to 180. Yes, you heard it right. I weighed myself yesterday. I'm 180 pounds. 180. So that's 20 pounds down. I was trying to weigh myself with this phone in my hand so y'all could see, but it added on a couple of ounces. So I don't know. I'll take a picture of it. I try my best, but I promise you, your girl ain't lying. I'm 20 pounds down. This Mount Jaro is working. And I ain't gonna lie, I eat less and less. I am not gonna lie to you. I eat like a child. Like, seriously, I don't eat full plates of meals anymore. My appetite went down a whole lot. If I have to take a wild guess, I'll say 30%. I started noticing it back in February when so I had food delivered to me. I didn't want to eat it. So I made my own food. It's not that I don't trust nobody in the food. It's just if I don't have a taste for what I want, I am not going to eat it. I go by my taste buds. I go by my hunger pains. Whatever I'm hungry for, I'm eating it. And I eat very little of it. Moderation is key. I was sitting here thinking about what my mother was telling me, the whole burger situation, because I remember a couple of years ago when she was living with me, she saw me about to eat a burger. She said, Sherelle, moderation is key. You can eat half of it now, half of it later. And I didn't know my mother was so into the whole, losing weight type of situation, eating carefully. So I took her advice, and that's the one thing that really helped me with everything is moderation is key. Eat half now, half later. Not only that I follow that rule, but I took it a little bit too far and eat just less than half. So I started switching up the foods, like substitute this for this, if y'all understand. So I'm obsessed with burgers. That's not a shocking thing. But what type of burgers you can eat instead of eating the beef? I chose the turkey and I chose the lamb burger. Then I started to become less and less, a fan of a lamb burger. So I started going back to turkey. When I said this turkey is everything, this turkey is everything. It tastes so freaking good. I made my first turkey burger yesterday. It was so freaking good. I thought this was just everything to me. So I made that instead of making a whole meal. I can't even eat a meal anymore. 3 or 4 bites in, I'm already full. And I was kind of disappointed because I bought a lot of great Asian food. Like, I'm talking about great. It's not just okay. It's not good. It was good. It was great. It was amazing. It was like the Holy Grail. I went down to the terminal market, bought this bowl, this tteokbokki bowl or something like that. It was so good. So I was like, okay, let me make my own. And long and behold, I made it. It took about an hour to make it because how you say it? The trick to getting the right broth and the right pasta, I eat glass noodles. And I was boiling for a long time, let it simmer. But then I get ready to eat it, and yet my appetite just went away. I was not hungry anymore. I forced myself to eat a couple of spoonfuls, but I was done with it. Then I made myself a dumpling and shumai. Oh my God, I am obsessed with shumais. So I ate like 5 pieces of shumais, maybe like 2 or 3 times that week. And I just finished it. I'm gonna have to re-up on that. But the dumplings got me in the chokehold. I made my own dumplings. It was so good. I didn't take a photo of it because I know y'all not going to be interested in that. But oh my God, when I say my diet is working, y'all want the secrets to my diet? If y'all want to lose that same weight, let me know and I'll put it in the comments for y'all. But my meal plan is working for me. I'm talking about 100% working for me. I don't feel guilty. I get to enjoy snacks too. And I'll say about maybe 60% of my snacks in there is healthy. You know, I'm not talking about just regular chips and stuff like that. I'm eating healthy ass chips. I'm calorie counting too. So we're taking in what they say 1,200 a day. I might be taking in less than 1,200. I don't know why. I just don't feel like eating. But I got a whole bunch of oranges, apples in there, lemons. Yes, I'm starting to chew on lemons a lot. I got a ginger drink. I got all types of stuff, grapes in there. But like I say, my meal plan is working. Anybody that wants the meal plan, a copy of my meal plan to lose this weight and to keep your blood sugar down, let me know. I'll put it in the comments for you. But this is seriously working. I'm down 20 pounds, maybe a little over. So my calculation might be off, but I was originally 200 pounds, right? I stayed at 200 pounds from 2022 to 2025. I say around maybe the fall, September, October, I was 200 pounds around there. And then I went up to 215. And then I went back down to 200. And I was like that, the 15 pounds heavier for 2 months. And then I was introduced to Mounjaro at the end of the fall. And I was down 5 pounds within 2 weeks. And now it's March and I'm down 20 pounds. These pounds it don't just melt off fast. It takes months. I said within a month, I lost 10 pounds. And then with another month, well, actually 2 months, it took me another 10 pounds. And I cheated on my diet maybe twice because I ate takeout food both times while I was out working. So going to school, I didn't want to bring my own food from home, so I ended up buying some stuff from a deli. But even with that, I still didn't gain any weight. So I was kind of proud of myself. I checked my blood sugar a lot, but I also checked my weight to make sure everything's fine. So far, so good. And I felt good. Like, I was sitting here thinking about how I looked back in 2017, you know, to now. I was like, damn, I lost a lot of weight. I gained so much weight. I was a big girl. My arms was big. Look how skinny my arms is now. I don't know if you could see it, but my arms are skinny as hell compared to how I was back then. And like I said, I wish my family could see this because they would tell me as well, like, Sherelle, you used to be big. My family could tell you I was a big girl, big stomach, big arms, big legs. And at one point, I went from feeling good about being a big girl to being self-conscious because my doctor let me know that these type of activities and numbers is not good for me. And yes, you might feel good on the inside, but on the outside, it's not looking so good because you go to the doctors, you get checked out, and your numbers is going up. We're supposed to see your numbers going down. And my thyroid numbers went from a 7 to a 23.8. And that was very high. And all of my nursing girlies, medical girlies, if you know anything about that, you know it's high. So your thyroid level is supposed to be lower than 28, hell, lower than 23. When you're at a 7, you're fine. But I was out of whack. It was like up and going down, up and down. So I was like, you know what? We got to start doing better. So I took in a lot of ingredients from the Caribbeans, all sorts of Caribbeans, and I started putting in my diet. I am obsessed with Caribbean flavors and Caribbean medicines because it's helping me. It's helping a lot of people. I'm talking about, I know so many women that was going through a midlife crisis with learning how to be thin and healthy. And, you know, I also say being thin is not healthy because you're thin for different reasons. You're not thin because of healthy reasons. You're thin because you're sick. So people need to get it out their heads that being thin is being beautiful. and healthy. No, it's not. It's not always the case. It depends on who you are, what type of life you've been living, and how you've been treating your body. You could be a thick, beautiful, luscious woman and still be healthy. So let me just put that out there for everybody. Not to, hate on any, skinny women, but I say, and it's the facts, it's hard facts, not all skinny women are healthy. You're skinny for different reasons. And with that, I just say get help. I'm not aiming to be skinny, but clearly that's what is going for me because I'm losing the weight. I'm not intentionally trying to be skinny. I am intentionally trying to get my numbers down and healthy, but I end up being small in the process of it. So I was like, so be it. I learned to accept that because, like I say, in my mind, I wanted to be a thick woman, and y'all know what type of thick I'm talking about. So that was my aim. My aim was not to be skinny anymore because I used to get picked on as a skinny kid. And I say those were the worst 10 years of my life. Being in school, I got picked on for being the skinniest kid in school. Long legs, long arms, long hair. And I was never considered beautiful. So, with that being said, I started gaining weight. I started developing an appetite. If it wasn't for my old friend, Alicia, I wouldn't have tried to get thick. Because seeing her, I met her when I was 15, 16 years old. And I thought her size was beautiful. She was thick. She had body. And she was like, well, eat. And we was eating. So we went from eating cucho fritos to eating Jamaican food to eating jollof rice and stuff like that. And we was constantly eating it, and I started getting thicker. So when I go to her house, I would eat. I come home, I would eat my grandmother's food. And that's how I started gaining so much weight. And I was obsessed with eating all types of Caribbean foods. Then I took a break. I took like a 5-year break off of Jamaican food, and I went back to eating Jamaican food as of last year, from last year to this year. And I still eat Jamaican food too, I'm not going to lie, but I'm doing it in moderation. So I'm doing it every once in a blue moon if I have a taste for it. And even then, you got to have a taste for Caribbean food. But most of all, I'm eating my own food. So when I'm at home, I no longer eat red meat, y'all. I kid you not. I could not stand to eat it anymore. It really messed up my stomach when I tried to make it one time. So I don't eat red meat no more. Like I said, I'm strictly eating a lot of fish. I eat white meat. And then here's the thing, which is the chicken breast. So that's what y'all gonna see me eat a lot. And I made it the way I make it. But other than that, that's just what I'm doing. And yeah. Everything else, like I say, if y'all got questions, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to give y'all the lowdown on what I've been doing. And it's not just losing the weight, but it's also making your skin glow. Hydrating your skin, your hair. You're making your whole body naturally glow from the inside out. I haven't had an acne in almost 6 months. I've been keeping tabs on what I've been doing. I don't put scented lotion or soaps on my bodies anymore. I'm using natural stuff. And my natural glow up when it comes to products, coconut oil, avocado oil, avocado mask, ginger, lots of lemon. We doing all that, yes. And I do scrub my face with honey and stuff like that too. So it works. Like I say, y'all gotta know the details for y'all to understand, because y'all know y'all be like, what, how? Ask questions and I'll tell you.